So my name is Michelle Madison. I am one of the MSW practicum coordinators here at the University of Minnesota. From there, I built a small, very, very small private practice where I work with mothers who either new to motherhood, trying to find themselves either after having children or just somewhere along their journey.
Can you tell me a little bit about how you navigate boundaries in your care work?
Well, I define them, and certain settings require different boundaries. So I think the first thing is naming what the boundary is and why it's there. Social workers have a fidelity to the client. So if we're working with the client, especially in a clinical environment, and we have a person who is experiencing housing instability, they're likely not going to be able to access the tools or coping mechanisms or whatever it is that you're working on with them. They're probably not going to have the access to that. And when I mean access, I mean internal access. They won't be ready for it, or they won't have that on the top of their priority list because they don't have a place to sleep. So I think in setting that boundary of like, what is the scope of my practice? The scope of a social worker's practice is always having fidelity to the client. Build a bridge, not a barrier. Sometimes boundaries can be a bridge. It can be you can set the boundary in order to create a bridge to decreased burnout, or a bridge to improved client care, or something of that nature. Whereas building a barrier is nope, nope, nope. I don't want anything to come through or get over from this point. So just kind of looking at it from like a visual standpoint, sometimes a boundary can be a barrier if it's unwarranted, unnecessary, and just more like on that preference-based kind of approach. If you have a supervisor that's not really effective, you can still learn from that supervisor. Maybe they're a supervisor that's not practicing very healthy boundaries around their own mental health or around their own use of self-disclosure, or et cetera, et cetera. You can still learn from that. Ask them, well, why do you share, if we're talking about self-disclosure, well, why did you share that in the session? I observed you when we were, working through this one client, and I noticed that you shared this. Why was that? I'm just curious because I want to learn. Having a spirit of learning, of curiosity, allows you to say, well, I have enough information to at least cross-reference and compare and say, yep, this might work in my practice. Oh, no, that didn't work. Throw it in the trash. Or as you develop and find more confidence in your competence to deliver services, then you'll probably be able to say, that boundary probably is old and outdated for my current level in my practice right now.